Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie, and if you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. May say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. So I could be talking about the past, present, or the future. Take only the parts that resonate and leave everything else behind. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. And my books are always open. As a reminder, again, I am launching a separate channel next week. I think Wednesday. I've got a couple of other things that I'm dropping on Wednesday as well. I'm reopening the store on my website with new merchandise, hats and tees. What else? What else? I'm gonna make it a surprise. I'm like, I got some other things I'm working on, but I'll leave it as a surprise. Y'all will just find out next week. All right, so let's jump in. I hope everybody's doing good today. Hope everybody is feeling good. Hope y'all got some good sleep last night. I've been having really intense dreams that I cannot remember when I wake up. I just know when I wake up that I've been busy all night. I'm also getting a weird, and it feels like a projection, like an energy projection. I'm just going to tell you what it feels like for me. And I can always tell, this is how it's when you're really grounded, you should be able to tell when the energy that you're in is it's not your own energy. So, I can definitely feel somebody trying to tap into my energy. I don't know how that's working out for them. I can just tell you how it feels on my end. It feels like someone trying to project, like, I want to say, like, to make me doubt my own intuition, like when I'm reading the cards. And I'm not saying, because I don't feel it when I'm reading it, but I feel it, like, I notice that I feel it, like, just before I sit down to work. And then after I've recorded the videos, I feel it all over again. And I'm like, this is not, I identified it yesterday because I was feeling it really heavy yesterday. But I have identified that it's not my energy. I don't know whose energy it is, but whoever it is, they don't want me to talk. They don't want me to tell these stories. I'm spilling somebody's tea right now and they do not like it. But I refuse. I'm not going to gaslight my intuition because I know what I know. I know what I know. So regardless of whatever energy you're trying to push towards me, because I know you're watching my content, whoever you are, I know you're watching my content. Thank you for getting my numbers up. I appreciate you. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Because, child, people are out here crazy. They don't know how crazy I am, though. So let's jump in, guys, and see what Spirit wants to talk about. I still have been toying with the idea of going live, but I don't know. After that whole comment section debacle the other day, I'm not sure I want to even try that because I don't have time to monitor my comments, and I don't really know how to assign a moderator. So, oh, looky here. So I have the energy. This is a masculine energy here today. So it looks like somebody here is really impatient, hurt, and feeling like a loser. So somebody is impatient. They're feeling like a loser. I kind of get the impression that somebody here wants to give of themselves, but they might not be having any success. Okay. Womp womp. So I kind of feel like somebody here wants to heal some kind of a connection. They want to. I do get the sense that they want to heal a connection. Um, Here's the problem, and it ain't a problem for you, collective. I think this is a more of a them thing, not a you thing, because I feel like you're not hurt or brokenhearted about the situation. Um, you've restricted access to this person. um Somebody here may be struggling financially. They may be struggling financially. And what's interesting here, and I always talk about this in my client readings, like, Venus rules love and money. So if one part of your life is like upside down, the other part is certainly going to be upside down because it rules both. So if your love life is in shambles, your money is going to be in shambles. I have never seen somebody be up in their money and have a shit love life. I've never actually seen that. Not saying that it doesn't happen, but I've never personally seen it. Like, if you got one that's up, the other one is going to be up too. You're going to be in a good position in both sectors. Okay. So I kind of feel like someone here is feeling like, I don't know, because I'm getting like a feeling of failure. A feeling of failure. Oh, look at the lesson here. So part of this person's lesson it's largely rooted around their identity and the mask that they wear. Whoa, crazy, okay? This person has, and I've talked about this in other readings, this actually, it doesn't have to necessarily be a masculine energy. Totally could be a feminine energy operating, a woman operating in her masculine energy. Put it where it fits. But it feels like this person has been walking around, like I said, I think I've mentioned it in other readings, that somebody has been walking around wearing a mask. So they're not necessarily showing who they are. And part of their lesson in everything that they've experienced, especially in the realms of, relationships and finances or whatever, this person has never really shown up as their authentic self. And so part of the lesson in everything that they've experienced is learning how to release or drop that mask, because it feels like a security blanket. When they want to hide, they just throw the blanket on over themselves and they just go about their business, right? But here, they're kind of, I feel the energy I'm feeling, it feels very stripped down. It feels very stripped down, like someone having to show themselves, bear it all. It makes them very uncomfortable because they have a hard time being comfortable in their own skin. They're having they have a hard time with being grounded in their identity, not the identity that they wear. Remember, I mentioned it yesterday. It was like somebody wears a mask, but what they do is they've been attracting the same kind of people that mask is. So they're what they're getting is just a bunch of other fake ass people. In my opinion, they get a bunch of other fake ass people around them. And so part of this lesson is kind of like learning, number one, to be rooted and grounded in their own identity, feeling a sense of confidence in who they are. Like, this is like, I think that's a very powerful thing that I think people who have this capability of owning who they are and being okay with it, people that operate like that kind of, I don't want to say dismiss it, but sometimes we forget that there are other people that don't feel as confident in being themselves. Like, they don't know how to do that. For me, it's kind of like, as I'm talking about it, it's kind of blowing my mind, because I'm like, I am always presenting as who I am. There's no facades about me. Like, what you see is what you get. I'm like this On this camera, I'm like this in real life with my friends and my family. So like I'm not putting on an air. What you see is what you get. I don't have to put on an air in order to get people to come fuck with me. Either you rock with me or you don't. And I don't really care either way because I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be me, and I still got people that love me, and I'm good with that, right? But this person, whoever I'm talking about, I feel like their whole life, they've been wearing a mask. They've been attached to an identity that is not theirs. Um, it's like I heard the word shame. Like I don't know, they're maybe ashamed of who they are, or they were raised to be that way. This is like kind of like breaking down and unlearning some of the things that have been passed on to us through generations, right? Clear this calendar. All right. Oh, look at this. So we have somebody here who is thinking of a master plan. That's what I just heard. I have somebody here who is really thinking about, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I said it yesterday. The reason why this stuff keeps coming up is because they're in our energy. And this is stuff that needs to come out. So I do have the energy of somebody here who is strategizing. They're really thinking about it. They're looking at, I heard, how they failed the relationship. They're looking at how they failed the relationship, and not just your relationship with them, but like their relationship with other people. And again, it's because the mask. It's because of the mask and this false identity. This, and I don't know who this person is to you, because again, I don't know who I'm talking about, but this person has always worn this mask. They have always had this identity with all of the people that they've known. If they've had failed relationships, I also believe that in these relationships, they were still wearing a mask. So even in relationship dynamics, because I see it here, they're recognized. It's kind of like a recognition, like, damn, now that I'm thinking back on all the relationships that I've had, no matter the dynamic, because I haven't shown up as my true self, a lot of times people just mirror back what we're mirroring each other. I know I am. I'm a big ass walking mirror. So if you don't like my behavior, I'm just showing you who you are. So there's a lot of times, and I've actually always said this. I've been saying this since I was like in my early 20s. Like, you either love me or you hate me. There's really no in between. There's no gray area. Either you're like, oh my God, I love Tam, she's amazing. Or you're like, ugh, I can't stand that bitch. And that's fine. And that's fine either way. That's the reality. But a lot of times the people that can't stand me is because what I'm showing them or what I'm reflecting back to them is their own behavior. I'm allowing them to meet themselves. They don't like that. So this person right now is really thinking about the failures of their past relationships, and they're really trying to come up with a plan, because I see this man is holding his heart, and I feel like he's also in this energy. He is also like held back in relationships as well because of this mask. And I'm feeling like this mask, not only has it been like a form of protection or like a shield, but because this person doesn't have a whole lot of like, maybe they've never really operated with self-confidence. So they held back because of all of their insecurities. Like, their self-doubt and insecurities are like loud. So they're coming up with a plan right now to either, and I'm not saying this is somebody trying to come towards you. I haven't got there. But this is somebody who's really reflecting over their behavior in relationships, how they operated in relationships, and now they're recognizing a pattern. Like, I do feel like somebody may potentially, be trying to reconnect with somebody. But again, like I said, I don't have that. Just from the appearances, I'm like, I can see that's where it's going. Okay. Okay. So I think part of this person's dilemma, I feel like they do want to heal a connection, but I also feel like there's some internal healing that this person needs to work on. I'm actually seeing a few things here. It kind of feels like, oh, and I'm also noticing too, this energy also feels like somebody here who this does feel like somebody here who may at one point too rejected, like they've rejected love in the past. I can tell you that. This is somebody here who rejected love in favor of, you know, materialism and, you know, keeping up with the Joneses or whatever. And so they really just, everything on this whole side, it all feels like heart chakra blockages. Like their heart chakra is like completely closed up, right? And in order for them to really feel the kind of happiness that I think that they're looking for, the very thing that they've been trying to protect, I think it's the method that the method that they've used to protect their heart is the very thing that keeps them from the love that they genuinely seek. Okay. Okay. So well, okay. So because of the mask that they've been wearing, like the lies, the attachment to the false identity, the low self-esteem, I I kind of feel like all of this, it's orchestrated in a way where it's kind of like everything that they've amassed, they may be losing, but they're losing it the way that they're losing it. It's like I don't know, it almost feels like it's peeling. Okay, the imagery that I just got in my head, it's kind of like the person, remember I used an example of them like using like a security blanket to like cover themselves, and when they get scared or whatever and they're trying to hide who they are, they just pull the blanket down. And so they're, if it's kind of in my mindset, like I always say, like if I can't see you, then I'm just assuming that you can't see me, even though I know that's not how it works. But when I worked in retail in my 20s, I worked at Sam's Club, and I was a cashier, and I would turn my back. I would be at my register and I would turn my back to like the people. Um, and my attitude was like, if I can't see you, if my back is turned to you, then that means you don't exist. Like you're not even standing there. I'm in a whole different world. That's kind of what this looks like. It's kind of like somebody who, like, they use this blanket to like cover themselves up and like kind of hide everything. But what it feels like, part of their lesson here, it feels like God is like kind of taking the blanket away from them, right? And making them see like what their life has turned into and why relationship, why, because this is, I feel like this is something, and this is not just a relationship with you, collective, this is with all of their relationships. So whoever this person is to you, again, don't have to be that lame ass ex, it don't have, you know what I'm saying, whoever it is, whoever this person is that I'm talking about, this is somebody who has pretty much wrecked every relationship they've ever been in, no matter the nature of the relationship. It doesn't matter the nature of the relationship. Whoever this person is, they have always operated under the guise of this mask. And it's because their self-esteem is about this big. They lie. It's almost like, when you tell a lie so much that you start believing that shit. This person, I really want to say, they started to believe their own bullshit. And so, while somebody has been trying to regain some semblance of balance or keep balance in their life, they're kind of, things are being stripped away, but they're being stripped away as a means to show this person why it's being stripped away. And I think it's largely because of the attachment to this false identity. Okay, this seems like energy from the last couple of readings. Yeah. Okay. So this person, again, I said, it's not just your relationship, because this is also affecting the community of people that they surround themselves with, right? What's interesting is, like I said, this person is really thinking about the failed relationships, and like they're like, this person's really has some time to kind of think about their life and the way that things have played out. And I feel like now they're kind of recognizing, and I don't have a timeline on this, so I don't really know how it's, the timing of when this is all playing out. But it kind of looks like down here that now that they're seeing how they're, they've been holding back and it's affecting their relationships because of the mask, they're also recognizing too that the people that they have been surrounding themselves also wearing masks. And so I feel like this person is really, they know that they need to walk away from these people, this community of people, whether it's a family, friend group, or whatever. They know that they need to walk away from these people in order to find the healing and happiness that they're looking for, right? But part of their dilemma is they're kind of, it's interesting because they kind of give off the energy of, it's like, while they understand, two things could be true at one time. While they understand that their decisions and the way that they've carried on in their life is the reason why their life is the way that it is, they're having some difficulty getting past the hostility, because it feels like there's some anger issues here. Again, we're dealing with some self-confidence and self-esteem issues. I did say in one of the last couple of readings, like, it's kind of like whatever this person was doing, it was taking them away from God. And what God is doing is taking that security blanket away from them and trying to lead them back to God, right? They're a little bit pissed off about that. They're a little upset about it. And they're feeling very, now that's interesting. I heard the word small. They're feeling very small, afraid. It's giving me fear, like fear of the unknown. Okay. Now, again, part of the lesson here, part of the lesson, collective, I feel like them losing you. Like I said, I don't know the nature of this relationship. It doesn't have to be strictly romantic, okay? But I feel like part of their lesson here, as it relates to you, collective, is that God sent them exactly what they wanted. And by having you in their life, it would have given them the abundance that they were seeking. Because again, like I said up here, this person may have just really been focusing on materialism and not, turn their back on this door to romance. They've turned their back on the door to romance, broke hearts all along the way, right? But now what they're, part of their lesson here is the object of their affection, the source of the abundance and cornucopia that they should have had, ain't thinking about them. Not thinking about them, not considering them, not looking at them, not even, sorry, you're not even on my radar. I'm not worried about you, right? That's part of their lesson here. It's kind of giving like a runner chaser energy. Like if at one point you had been chasing after this person, and I'm not, there's no judgment here. If at one point you were kind of, jumping through hurdles trying to, prove your worthiness, you're not doing it no more. And I think I mentioned this back maybe a couple of months ago. I'm like, you might have somebody here that it ain't gonna take no for an answer. They're gonna keep coming and keep on coming and keep on coming until they wear you down. Not that I see that happening, but it is what it is. All right. Ooh. Of course, the first card out would be the world. Of course it would. Because with every ending comes a brand new beginning. One door closes, another door opens. Especially for you, collective. Like I feel like you're well aware of what you've been through. You're well aware of what you don't want to experience again. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I said over here, I was like, they don't really have confidence, or they've been struggling with confidence here. This person, yeah. See, they thought they were trying to be clever here. They thought they were being clever by trying to like put you in. This is kind of a weird energy for me. Because not only did they put you in like a weird ass, like one-sided competition, put you in a competition that you may not have been aware of that you were involved in. Um, but I kind of feel like they still didn't get the desired results that they were looking for, even with whatever they were trying to do. They didn't get the desired result, and what they got, what they realize now is that, like I said, their relationships have been severed because maybe they were trying to be manipulative. They were dishonest. They withheld their love. They didn't actually lead in the relationship. They um they withheld effort and energy, time. They may not have been loyal. And it's because they thought that they had the upper hand, all for them to discover that they really don't. Collective, you've turned your back on this relationship and this person. And by doing so, you found stability that you probably didn't have while you were with them or in their presence. Again, like I said, I don't know the nature of this relationship. I feel like you were just trying to, keep it grounded and stabilized, and this person just wanted to play games with you. Baby, play silly games, win silly prizes. That's what I see here. What did yes, this person, oh my God, these cards are amazing. Because it's the same energy. Like I said, this person turned their back on love. They were focusing on materialism. They weren't thinking about love. They weren't thinking about that. They just wanted to, they just wanted to make money. So they withheld, and you were pouring into this relationship while they were breadcrumbing you. And I feel like if they were breadcrumbing you, is because usually when somebody is breadcrumbing you, is because they're giving to other people. They don't have the attention span to give everything to you because they got too many other people that they're entertaining. Jesus. Crazy. And here part of Listen. Oh, yes. So here's the thing. This is their obstacle. Because I said this person focused largely on materialism. They were focusing on, amassing as much wealth as possible, giving very little, breadcrumbing you, while the whole time you were being, unconditionally loving. You even when you noticed that there was no real change in this person, you may have even held on to the connection a little longer than you should have. You might have stayed connected to them well beyond the expiration date. I think you might have even held on even when you were started to recognize that you couldn't really, like, I think you had a really hard time trying to stabilize this. But I'm also seeing here too that part of their obstacle is based, they lose an opportunity here just because of the way that they were in the past. So this person, yeah. Remember what I said? Part of their lesson is like removing the mask, being their authentic self, and kind of like facing the truth of who they are. And what they're seeing is that they never really put any effort into the relationship. Um, Instead, they this person may also have like a drinking problem. Because I kind of see that too. This person could be facing some alcoholism or whatever. But this person, they spread it wide and thin. They spread it wide and thin. And like I said, God is making them really sit back and take stock of the way that they've carried on their ego, the way that they carried on. They thought they could get away with this shit. I even kind of feel like somebody, even though they may have known better, they still allowed their ego to take control. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that resulted in the failure of all their relationships. And ultimately their heartbreak. Hmm. Well. Okay. Well, collective, I will say this. You dodged a bullet. I think I mentioned that in yesterday's reading. You dodged a bullet. Because I think if you had continued to carry on with this person, um, your life would have been an absolute mess, right? Um, this person continuously lied to you and created a lot of confusion. I mean, yes, they lied, but I feel like there was just a lot of their intentions were never really clear. I also get the impression too that this person really non-committal, didn't really take the proper action that they should have, and I think part of their upset is the fact that you appear to be okay without them. Look, I love these cards. And part of their lesson is part of the reward for the way that they behave with you, for them being non-committal, not putting in the effort and the time with you. The only thing they can do is watch you move on. They can watch you move on. Because like I said, you're not thinking about this person. I think collective, you may also be getting, it's like once you've committed really fully to being done with this person. Cause it's really easy, and I'm just saying this because I do read the comments. Um, it's one thing to be like, I'm not dealing with them, F them, they can't come back here, whatever. That's one thing. But I don't really lament or harbor, like, I don't harbor ill feelings. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. Disappointed, yeah. I am disappointed in the way that some people have behaved and the way that they've acted and the way that they've treated me. But that's fine. My life is so much better without them, and I'm just grateful that I'm no longer in their life. I'm grateful that these people are not a part of my life. I don't have room for anger because I'm truly over it. Like when you're over it and you're healed, like that kind of shit, even hearing about it in a reading isn't triggering. Like sometimes I listen back to the readings and I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, yeah, like I ain't nobody tripping off of you. Like I'm literally, these people are like a non-factor in my life. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. Just stay the hell away from me. Just that simple. It's just that simple. And I kind of feel like whoever this person is, this wishy-washy in and out person, again, the only thing they can do is watch you from a distance as you go towards your new cycles and new opportunities and new loves. Now, I also see here, it's really interesting because I'm kind of also I'm looking at another thing too. I feel like this person is also having to learn how to love themselves. Somebody here is having to kind of learn, I want to say, a lot of what they've done or a lot of the way that they behaved and the way they've operated stemmed largely from the fact that this person didn't have any self-respect. Thank you. They didn't have any self-respect. Therefore, if they don't have self-respect, they don't have self-love, they can't respect and love you if they can't even love and respect themselves. Right? So once you understand, it's kind of like the same, in the same token, like when I forgave my father for being absent for most of my life, when I recognized that he simply just couldn't be what I needed, he was incapable of being what I needed. It removed the element of anger from the entire scenario because I can't be mad at that. You just don't have the skill set. Like my kids always say, it's a skill issue. You just don't have that skill. I can't be mad because you're ill equipped and you don't have the skills. I can't be mad at that. That's just, it is what it is. Now, I can be mad at the fact that you did all this other fuck shit. Yeah, I can be mad about that. But I can't be mad at the fact that you just could not show up for me the way that I needed you to show up. Because what I will say is, and I've witnessed this in my own life, and I've seen it in action. In certain areas of your life where it's say it's not ideal, you come from a weird ass family, or you got family dynamics that are kind of like crazy, God will send you people to kind of replace the folks that you need to be away from. But what God's also doing is showing you, like, he's giving you what you need. But a lot of times we don't recognize it. Same thing, like, you wish upon a star, the wish is granted. God gives you exactly what you asked for. And then sometimes even you will be like, no, not that. Because I can't say that we all haven't been through that. I have been through that, where instead of being grateful for the man who stepped in to actually raise me, I spent my life being angry at the man who couldn't show up when I had a whole person in front of me every day who was taking care of me and loving on me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like being able to shift your perspective to where you're no longer angered or triggered by anything that this person has done. Yes, whoever this is may have fucked you over really, really bad, broke your heart and hurt your feelings. But if you've healed and you've done all the work, then you should be also able to recognize that shame on them. I would never let them have that second. I would never let them have that second, third, fourth, fifth opportunity to do that shit to me again. And to also recognize that the person just wasn't capable of being what you needed. They may be fine for somebody else. Let them have them. But for you, this person was incapable of being what you needed. That way, you kind of remove the burden where it's not yours anymore. That burden is not yours to carry. It never really was. Okay, so you can go ahead and put that down. Yeah, somebody here is really, yes. I love these cards. So somebody, they didn't listen to their intuition and they're really having an opportunity. I think this person is having like an aha moment. Like they're seeing something that's being completely exposed to them. They've had some time to really reflect over the decisions and the actions that they've taken in the areas where they didn't listen to their intuition. Mm-hmm. Child, this person been asleep, hiding and living in their head. Living in their head. And now they're having to go out and kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like learning something new. Learning something new. The way I'm receiving this energy is like hidden knowledge. Hidden knowledge. So maybe this person is having some kind of like some kind of an awakening. Kind of like an ego death. Yeah, cuz I feel like this person's been, they've been in a cycle. Yes. So this is some, yes, they've been in some kind of cycle. And I kind of feel like they've been trying to, because what this feels like, it feels like one of those generational things, because it has something to do with their home life, their home situation, cycle within the home, or cycle something that they've seen played out within their home. So maybe within their home, maybe their family members, the people that they were raised around or whatever, maybe everybody wore a mask. Nobody was really showing up. So this is kind of like a defense mechanism. Remember I said it's like the blanket, like somebody's security blanket. Maybe this is a thing that this person learned at home. This is an environment where they learned this whole behavior was within their home environment. And I feel like this person is now kind of like her cracking open. Cracking open. They're awake now. They've been asleep, but now they're awake and they're expanding their mind. They may be learning new things, learning about themselves, definitely learning about like their family, their lineage, like where they came from. Because I see them, because the way I'm seeing it in my mind's eye, it's like somebody literally like there, things are being exposed to this person where maybe they just, again, they were underneath the blanket so they couldn't really see it. So again, if I can't see it, then you can't see me either. So they couldn't really see clearly because they were underneath the blanket. Yeah, and it's time for them to release all of the emotions that they've been carrying around that have been permanently weighing them down, because all it did was affect all of their relationships and they need to heal it. They made shit more complicated and all it did was fail them. This person may feel like a failure, like they made their life more complicated. Um, yes, and they may even feel as though they've lost a gift and have lost some form of resources, wealth. Yeah, failure, toxic. Yeah. So I think now this person is starting to recognize some things within themselves and the people that they have engaged with or the people that they've been around. So kudos to them. All right, let's grab a couple of these. No, it's not the right time. So if they're trying to come towards you, now is probably not a good time for them to do that. You have lost loved ones watching over you, so you may be highly protected, but you do have somebody who has got their eye on you and they're searching you up, doing research. Abundance and inflow of money, love, or rewards. Collective, that may be for you, because I'm feeling like this other person, they're not doing so hot financially. Balance, juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. Happiness, new discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. So that may be one of the things that this person needs to focus on, is loving themselves first, because maybe they've been overextending themselves to everybody that's in their life, like all these people, these other mask wearing people, right? Be here and now. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. So I do think that this person also laments a lot over their past. Right now, they're still in this reflective energy, because this is in the present energy. They're still in a reflective energy because they're really looking at, kind of like I heard, the mess that they've made of their life. Cutting edge, slice through the obstacles and carve a path towards your dream. So yeah, I think through this reflective state that they're in, I think this is going to allow them to cut out, release emotions and relationships and connections that they may have assumed were going to be permanent fixtures in their lives. Ignite ambition, pursue desires with drive, and face the consequences bravely. Keep an open mind as answers reveal your journey. Wow. So if they come towards you, whoever this is, face consequences bravely. Again, part of their lesson over here was the removal of the mask, learning how to show up as their authentic self. And if they should come towards you with an apology, or, wanting to clear the air or whatever, they just got to take whatever lumps come with that. I think right now the energy that I'm sensing is somebody is really afraid to come towards you, because again, they don't know how they're going to be received, but they got to get over themselves, because this is part of the journey. And not saying that, because there are in some instances where, we have to give ourselves closure for certain relationships. Like, I don't honestly need, I think at one point in my life, I was looking for closure in certain relationships, an explanation, an answer for, whatever. But I found the closure for myself, because I don't really care. I don't care anymore. And so honestly, I kind of feel like, collective, you're there. We're there. Like, we don't really care. But part of this healing journey for this person is also your ability to, like, hear them out. Okay, the way that I heard it was, I was saying hear them out, and what I heard in my mind was, and crush them. I don't mean to do it like that. Like, it's going to crush them when you say no. Just saying. Sorry, sorry, karmics. But if you come in, the likelihood is you're going to be rejected anyway. But part of their lesson is learning first how to be honest, and they need to come tell you the truth. They need to come and say some shit to you. Whether you want to hear it or not, neither here nor there. This is part of their journey, and you're still very much tied and connected, even though you may be at a distance. Part of this lesson for them is they need to come and tell you the truth. They need to come and clear some shit up with you. Revelations await. Embrace the mystery, embark on a new journey of discovery, and watch as secrets unveil before you. I'm going to leave it there. If this is where our journey ends, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I'm going to take the rest of this over to the extended. If you would like to be a part of the membership platform, it's $5.99 a month, and that's where all the extended videos go, as well as the cutting room floor videos. that I record that don't make it to the channel, because sometimes when I have time, I actually record a bunch of videos and we just throw up whatever the best ones win. So, and everything else goes to the membership platform. So thank you guys again for being here. Like I said, if this is where our journey ends, I love you guys so much. Thank you. If you'd like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all my information is below in the description box. If any parts of this resonated for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own situation or what you've already intuitively been able to pick up, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get this in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. And for the rest of y'all, I'll see you on the other side. Take care until next time. Bye.